So it is a pleasure to host here Dr. Alberto Bautista and Dr. Constanza Rubio. They're both from the University Polytechnic of Valencia in Spain. And we started our collaboration a few years ago. Thanks, Maria, for all the help coordinating and keeping them up. But we basically started this research collaboration with Dr. Bautista and I on endive production. And then we had the opportunity to teach for his master's students in one occasion where I worked with water depth irrigation during an on-site visit that I had over there in Spain. So we continued over, and I was lucky enough to bring them to UGA to have a lot to offer. Dr. Bautista is the Dean of the School of Ag Engineering at the university, and Dr. Rubio is the Associate Dean for the same college. So he is an ag engineer. She is a physicist, okay? So very different areas, but he was going to explain a little bit about how the college is structured and what kind of activities they have available for you and for faculty that are interested in an exchange program. Dr. Lombardini and I are working on an MOU with the University Polytechnic of Valencia and the College of Agriculture here. So that will allow students from many different departments and within different areas to hopefully go to Spain and hopefully some colleagues to come and visit us. So some of you already talked to him before this presentation, and they will be here till tomorrow evening. And they head to the dark side, so they're going to the University of Florida. You see? You see?
Yeah, I know. But here there is a student from
yeah. Oh, she's better than you.
That's why she came. But now we are here. But now we are here.
So I'm still teaching him about the dogs and all of that stuff. So let's welcome them and hear what they have to present to us. Remember that you can talk to them tomorrow if you want. Talk to me if you want to have a one-to-one meeting with him. Faculty will have a meeting for breakfast. And during the day, I'm going to be touring campus with them. I'll be walking around campus. So if you want to hop along and talk about something that you got interested on, please just reach us out, okay?
Okay.
Alberto,
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Juanito, for the presentation. First, sorry for my English. It's my English. But I say that I'm glad to be here with all of them. Juanito say that 3-4 years ago began the relation with the USA universities and my school. I'm the head of a school in agriculture engineering or agriculture and environmental engineering. And the head and Constanza is the assistant. And it's better say head of agriculture engineering programs of the school. Only programs of agriculture. The reason, like Constanza said, is the different area in my school, our school. There are 4 areas: biotechnology, food science, agriculture, and forestry. It's the 4 areas in our school. Well, I'm professors in department crop productions in horticulture in Spain, and my language basically is in vegetables, greenhouses, irrigation, nutrient solutions. My curriculum, you can see the curriculum in internet. Constanza is the head of agricultural engineering programs, and now explain in two parts the University of Valencia, Universidad Politécnica de Valencia, Universidad Politécnica de Valencia is difficult to translate, Polytechnic University or Technical University, and then explain the school, our degree, our masters, and the moving or the mobility of the students. Okay, Constanza.
Thank you, Juanito and Alberto, to introduce me. And I have to say sorry as well for my English, but I think it's better to speak as I do than not to speak. So I try to explain as well as I can. As Alberto says, our university is called Universidad Politécnica de Valencia because its name is in Valencia. So it's better to find it with that name that to try to translate it into English. Okay? I will speak before. Some of you don't know where Valencia is, so here you can see where it is. It is in the east coast of Spain. So you see that it's close to the sea. So there are many activities that you can as well do. Valencia is a city with large history. So you can find many buildings and monuments related to our history. So from the art point of view, it's an interesting city as well. Not also history, but also culture. Is a very dynamic city. We have many modern buildings from Santiago Calatrava. Do you know him? It's an architect that rebuilt the Zero Sun in New York. So we have many buildings with their particular point of view because he's not only an architect but also an engineer. So he makes the building with that point of view. So they are very typical in all over the world. Numbers, our university is quite big from the Spain point of view, because in USA they are bigger, but in the size of Spanish university, there is probably the third one. We have about 280,000 students and a big number of teaching and research staff, and also the administration staff. In this university, we are very interested in sport because we think that the students has not only to learn subjects, technical subjects, but also the integral grow up of our students is important. So we have many activities, sport activities. All of them are free. So they promote the kind of activities, not only individual, but also in teams areas. From the international point of view, UPV has agreements with many universities, and our school has agreements with Illinois University and Florida University. So we put here a hold because we are confident to arrive a good agreement with your university. Okay? Well, from the point of view of rankings, UPB is the first technological university in the academic rankings of world university, and also is one of the 100 best universities in Spain from the Time Higher Education. We are now talking about our school. We present in big numbers, in big point of view, the university, and now we are going to focus in our school. Our school is in agriculture and environmental engineering. We have 4 degrees, as we will talk later. We have about 337, 400 and teaching and research staff, and a big number of students, about 2,000. Not also we have students, teachers and research, but also we have many facilities, not only in laboratories, from agriculture, bioengineering, agri-food, and something like that. But also we have greenhouses, farms, and animal farms. Okay, so we can find the appropriate place for different sensibilities. Well, our school has 4 bachelor's degrees in food science, forest engineering, agriculture engineering, and biotechnology. And also we have master's degree in agriculture engineering and forest engineering. These 2 are only for Spanish degrees, because there are it's impossible to come people abroad if you have not the recognition from your studies. But there are many master science degrees, not only related with agri-food directly, but technology, agri-food, plant health, crop production, and breeding. So this master thesis, you go to study abroad and spend then there a period to do the master thesis or something like that. It's important to say that UPB, our school in the UPB, is the first one in the QSR rankings. The first in the studies of our university, because in our university we have different areas from architecture, civil engineering, industrial engineering, and something like that. So not only in agriculture. And our school is the best one in the Spanish university in agriculture and forest science, and also the first in the UPB. So if you decide to go abroad, you can be confident that you go to a very good university and school. One important thing is that our school has the bachelor's degree in agriculture and and environmental engineering certificate by Ferrarezi, that's European accredited engineering, but also the master is also a certificate by the ABET. So it's important because you can go abroad and your studies are certificates by these two associations. The mobility program, it's very dynamic, and we move from Spain all over the world, from America to Australia. So we have a very, I don't find the word. We used to manage people to go abroad, and we know the difficulties and the opportunities and how to solve them. But also we want to receive people from all over the world, because we know that staying and receiving people is important, not only for people who are coming, but also we increase our knowledge and our sensibilities with problems around the world. Well, I'm going to show you a little.
En esta biblioteca se gestará la idea que acabe con el hambre en el mundo. En estas aulas estudiarán los mayores guardianes de nuestros bosques. En este laboratorio nacerá el germen de una agricultura totalmente sostenible. Porque el futuro de nuestro planeta depende de tu futuro. EAM, cultivando un futuro compartido.
That's our Okay. There, as we say before, we are from Valencia, that's Georgia, and that's the side. So, you do. Thank you. So here we have the connection between our city and your country, because we have a variety of peanuts called Valencia. So there's the nexus between these two parts. So now we try, and we are sure that we find the way to find an agreement between our university and university. And I trust that this will be possible. Okay, thank you so much for your patience. There is a question.
So let me just say something that the agreement is already rolling, so we're just needing the signatures to happen. But I must say that despite of that small formality, we are already partners in being able to host and send students and faculty members to the university. So I see way more students here than faculty members. And let me tell you how important it is to be a visiting scholar in an international institution. So 12 years ago, I was a visiting scholar here at UGA. So I learned how to speak English. I learned the American culture. I like it so much that I decided to stay. And I now have the privilege to be a faculty member on the place I've visited. So that's very meaningful to whoever wants to continue in academia. So I strongly recommend you pursuing that. It's not easy, I must say. Right, so you said...
but we hope that.
Yeah, so I went to Spain and they put me to make a presentation to growers in Spanish, and I really don't speak Spanish. But we survived, you know what I mean? So I hope you guys have questions today.
Only growers, students too. Do you remember the students?
Yes. That was in English, that was easy.
Yeah.
Can I let you
Okay.
at the center?
Thank you very much. Questions?
What type of admission requirements, if a student is interested, one of them, spend a semester. Obviously, first they should check with their advisor. Okay? Assuming that the advisor is in agreement. Well, how do we start?
We start with two lines with the master science, different master science during an academic year, and then they can to start the thesis of the master during more or less 3, 4, 6 months. No more, no more, no 1 year. They don't need 1 year more. Only this. Then another possibility is the start a thesis of the master during the only thesis of the master during the 4, 6 months, 1 semester, and then come back to Georgia to the dissertation of the thesis master. Here is the same that we began with the University of Florida with the Professor Juanito. With our students. Our students stayed in the university, in the station, experimental station, and develop a thesis of the master with Juanito, and then the dissertation was in the University of Polytechnica of Valencia. Understand? Good. Is the question?
Mm-hmm. What about taking courses? If they take, and also when their students came to you, did they take any course?
No.
Or like audit, I guess, because you can't really transfer.
Fortunately not, because the university was charging them the highest possible rate.
But that's Florida.
Yeah. So they couldn't take any official credit.
Because for that you need a reciprocal exchange, which is
Yes.
kind of different type of agreement, a little bit more complicated because you need to have the same number of students going out, the ones that are going in, and then you can talk about taking courses and making sure that
because we need the same number of students to go to Spain than to go here, and that's
it's a little bit more complicated because when you
yes.
start talking about money, then the universities that get a little.
However,
our-
the UGA is very interested on that. So when we first discussed this agreement, that was what the college wanted to pursue. So I suggested to Vicky that we should do the exchange first, and then that one involves funding, but the college actually wants to pursue that kind of relationship because they don't have anything with UPD yet.
Sorry, one question. Just the master degree in agricultural engineering is only for graduate in agricultural engineering. It's a regulation in the Spain and all Europe. The government and the administration is only for this. Therefore, the mobility of the students from other countries only is possible for this master degree. Understand? But it's possible in this master to make a thesis of the master in Spain. Understand? With different lines of research, and then can come here to this research. Sorry, Justin.
That's fine. And maybe this question starts with you guys. How would that work with us on like an assistantship? Are we foregoing our assistantship or I wouldn't assume our PIs would want to continue to fund our research in Spain.
Well, that's why the first thing is to talk to the advisor. If you do, want to do a 6 months, 4 months. I mean, the best scenario would be that you can, your advisor or you has found somebody over there where you could do part of your research. So,
so there potentially would be opportunities. So you would be then seeking funding for people in Spain?
I think it's better to contact one of us and we speak with the professor you want to work with and say that we know the group, we know the people. So that the professor will be confident with us. So I think it's easier.
mm-hmm.
But you can, if one want to write them and to send an email and say, we can work together and have funding or something like that, it's possible. But from our experience, it's better to contact with us and we introduce or find the people who can, or it's better for you, for what you want to work with.
The MOU doesn't come with funding, so that has to be.
And that was my question.
Yeah.
But my perspective, so if you are working in controlled environment agriculture, so with a crop that we can have a study done, for 4 months because we need to learn a certain technique. The easiest thing to do would be to, for example, have your assistantship continue being paid normally. So you might need to cover your airfare. However, for example, UPB was able to cover the airfare of a student, Neil Salcon, that came. So that was not part of the agreement, but they were able to find money to pay for that student. And so if you find, for example, a colleague like Professor Alberto that does research in the same field, you can actually have this project funded. I funded her project. And then when the stars align, that is actually the best scenario.
I would agree with that.
No need for external funding for any agency. There are several agencies out there, but it's just time consuming. It's on a master's. It's probably not as realistic as it is on a PhD. However, for CEA, that's different. I think that is an advantage for us.
Someone online may have had a question.
Yeah, maybe people online have questions.
Okay.
Hi, this is Juan Carlos Diaz from Houston. I want to welcome our visitors and from Spain. It's nice to have them. And I just want them to give us a little clarification for people who may not be aware that what it's called agricultural engineering in Spain. I understand that it's a different concepts compared to what we do in the US. At least in Mexico, I know that agricultural engineering includes crop production. It's much broader concept, agricultural engineering, than what we do have in the US. Because people may not know that, and I would like them to give us a brief description of what they mean by agricultural engineering.
So, thank you, Juan Carlos. We were talking about this morning, so I was explaining to them about the difference between ag engineering in Spain and here in the United States, Alberto. So maybe
it's better say agricultural and biological engineering. The accreditation with David is in both agricultural and bioengineering. Agricultural engineering, is the department of agricultural engineering here. Agricultural engineering is world. Agricultural engineering is economics, is environment, is animal production, is crop production, is engineering, and in different orientations, and different. Then in the first year of agricultural engineering, the first year, one academic year is common for all, and the second year is with the different areas. Understand? But the first year, all areas is common for all students. Understand? Economics, crop production, animal production, food industry, and engineering, civil engineering, in the first academic year of agricultural engineering. And second year is the
focus on one of these areas.
The academic program is more broad.
if I may add, ag engineering in Spain means 4 different courses here in the state. So basically, when you get your degree in ag engineering there, means that you have knowledge in horticulture, agronomy, ag engineering, and animal science. So it would be horticulture in our system would be one component of ag engineering. So we go deeper into those areas and we specialize in horticulture, while an ag engineering course in Spain, as it is in Mexico and as it is in Brazil, so you learn a little bit of everything, but you are not a true specialist on it. So the master's degree take you to one area because the master's is part of the bachelor's. The students leave.
Is it the following of the bachelor?
Yeah. They kind of do both. They leave the school with both as a master.
The student here only can become from degree, bachelor degree in agricultural engineering, bachelor degree 4 years, 4 academic years. The 3 first years are common for all students in all areas: crop production, crop animal, or animal production, food industry, economics, all. And then the whole courses in the degree is specialized in food industry, economics, horticulture, engineering, understand? And then the students follow with the master's degree in agriculture. I studied in the past 6 academic years. But this program, degree and master, is recent. Is from science 2010, more or less, in this center. In the past, the program is continuous during 6 academic years. Understand?
You mean
this is for all engineers, industrial, civil, aeronautics, to Peter, understand, architect? Understand? Sorry.
You mean for the bachelor student, first 3 years, all the students have to take same class. Yeah? All classes are mandatory.
Yeah.
Okay. It changes on the 4th year, and if you wanted to specialize, then you go for master. So when I was there and I spoke with students, 99% of the students actually go through the master's program. But also, in the country, first 3 years we took same classes. And in the final year, we specialize in horticulture.
In the 3rd year, you choose which specialization you want to do, because you choose only one subject.
Two weeks ago, I have a meeting with a student that finished in their first year of this century, 20 years ago. They studied the specialized biotechnology during 6 academic years. This program was not well. And then now, 20 years after, they are a CEO of enterprise, a company of energy, renewable energy. Understand? Say what? Renewable? With a plant of photovoltaic energy. Understand? From biotechnology to energy. Why? What is the reason? Because from 6 academic years, 4 years are general for all. 2 years, they specialize only. Understand?
See, there are a couple of questions on this in the chat.
We have more questions in the chat from the people attending on Zoom.
I don't know with
Okay, that was at the beginning.
share.
So the colleague that asked the question, Juan Carlos, is encouraging you visitors to go to South Georgia if you are interested in vegetable and fruit production.
And peanuts.
And peanuts.
Peanuts. We come from the land of peanuts. Valencia.
Thank you, Juan Carlos. Do we have any more questions from the people online?
She said that would be nice.
Yes,
That was
he
the
says
Rosaya
it would be
Stevens.
nice.
She's our peanut.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no, that was a peanut. Okay.
So one advantage that I see is that you can continue deepening your horticulture knowledge in a school where the structure is not as separated as ours. So you don't have to cross, the street and go to the other college to work with someone developing some engineering tools, meaning that sometimes it's easier to navigate through the process. Excellent. Any more questions? No? Well, thank you very much for attending. I appreciate it. Thank you. To everyone that joined on Zoom, we really appreciate that. And, have a good day, okay?
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Goodbye to everyone.
Bye.
I disconnect you.